Space Marine attack bikes. I got my hands on this. So these are still not available on the Games Workshop store as of, I think I checked today or yesterday, and I don't know why they're still out of stock. Maybe because they're going to remake them. I don't know what the deal is, but they're included in the Indomitus set, which, you know, I couldn't get a hold of because I didn't think to start collecting Space Marines or any 40k until after everyone got their hands on the Indomitus box set. So now I'm piecing stuff together. Anyway, I couldn't find it in the store, and I went by my local hobby store here in town, and they had one of these. Now, it was interesting because they didn't have much of anything else. It's a pretty small shop, and you know, with COVID, there's not a whole lot of traffic, and no one's really playing. So I get it. Their inventory is strategically low, at least for now. But, you know, that makes it kind of hard to go impulse shopping. At any rate, I noticed that these were there, and I couldn't find them on the Games Workshop store. So I thought, neat, I'll just take these. Now, I did it against my better judgment because I've never had much success with fast attack selections. I used to play Eldar, and we had like the jet bikes, and they always got mauled like in the first 2 turns, and they seldom ever got a shot off. Of course, being a mediocre Warhammer general, I of course blame the units and not the way I was using them. At any rate, I wanted to buy something. These caught my attention, and they were there, so ta-da! We have space bikes. I mean, Space Marine bikes. I guess they are space bikes of a sort. Anyway, let's take a look here. All right, and dump the contents of the sprue. I'm gonna put this here so we know what we're talking about. All right, bike squad, black and white, data cards, assembly instructions. Oh, okay, they went like full IKEA. It's all in one step. All right, how hard could it be? Okay, data cards. These are probably old data cards that won't be useful. I'm sure they've changed in the Space Marine Codex. It's coming out. Well, I think it's out now. It's being shipped to people who pre-ordered. I'm on that list. Wait, am I? Yes, I'm on that list. So I'm going to get the Codex with updated data cards, hopefully. So this won't do me any good, but still neat. Okay. Well, neat for, you know, a wide variety of ranges for neat. Okay. Let's see here. We've got tires, which I understand are not optional for bikes. Yeah, okay. Here's the chassis, or is it a hull? Is it a chassis? Is it a body frame? I don't know. Okay, whatever that is, it's the thing that goes vroom. So that's there. You've got the handlebars, which reminds me of an old joke. But in retrospect, I think it might have been a little racist. So I'm going to forget I ever knew it. We have an antenna here. Yep, with a skull. And we have some dude's legs, his back, his torso, the shoulder pads, the arms, the backpack, and the head. Now I should flip this around so you can see the detail. There's the dude's head. He seems to have a comm unit strapped to the side of his head, and a backpack with some more skulls. We've got the front part of the bike. Oh yeah, here are the bolters. Okay, so if you hear someone mowing the lawn outside, my apologies. It happens all the time. I just can't get away from it. This is not a repeat, but it's, you know, a second sprue. Oh, you know what? These three, they're all the same because, yeah, there's 3 bikes. So each sprue has enough components to build one bike dude. That makes sense. Okay, we've got bases. I'd like to say that I'm not going to use these bases because I'm going to get other bases that are cool, like resin. But finding this size is a little harder than I expected. So maybe I will have to do this the hard way. Bah humbug, right? And I'm just going to take a guess. Ultramarines? Oh yeah, Ultramarines. Alright. I guess if you're any other faction, get your own dirty transfers. Okay. So we're Space Marines. So an update. After I bought these and I started thinking about including them in my army, I watched some YouTuber talk about the new codex. And turns out Deathwatch may not be able to take attack bikes. I don't know why. I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait to know for sure when the new codex comes out. But there's a good chance that I bought these for no good reason. But, you know, I live in America, and owning stuff is really all the reason you need. So even if I can't field them as part of Deathwatch, I don't know, I'll find something to do with these pretty neat looking bikes. Although I pre-ordered there's this new chaplain, as a Primaris chaplain on like an attack bike. The idea was that he was going to ride with these guys and kind of buff their stats so they can go plow into and do some hand-to-hand combat. But if I can't use these guys, I don't know what I'm going to use that chaplain for. So I'm a little confused. And so this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you get the codex before you start buying armies. But I was impatient. I knew something like this was going to happen. That's okay. I've got cool bikes. Here are the Space Marine Tactical Squad, the backbone of every Space Marines formation that ever was, except, of course, apparently, the Deathwatch. I found out after I got these that Deathwatch was not going to be able to take tactical squads, or Devastator squads, or veteran assault squads. I guess Deathwatch is just going to be Primaris or something. I don't understand the difference. I have more to read, obviously. So the bottom line is that I have a tactical marine squad that I also can't use. They're going to hang out with my biker boys. And maybe I can use them for something. I don't know. So I'll figure that out. But, you know, I've got them. I'm going to paint them. If I can't use them for Deathwatch, maybe I'll, I don't know, do like a Salamander's army or something. Something cool. I mean, I don't know. I will figure this out. At any rate, here it is. Space Marine Tactical Squad. If you've seen any Space Marines ever before, you've seen these guys. But I thought this was pretty cool. I didn't realize that, I think those are called Corvus armor. I may be wrong. Maybe it's Mark IV. I don't know. But it's the, you know, the beaky dudes, which are really cool. And I hadn't ever had one before. I always wanted one, and here they are. Or here he is, anyway. So, you know, for nothing else, I've got that. Let's take a look. And so I think I got this from the Games Workshop store. It came a little damaged. I mean, it's just the box. The plastic itself, I mean, it's dense plastic. I don't see, unless it's, you know, crushed all the way, I don't see how it's going to get really damaged. So I'm sure everything is fine. And alley-oop. Okay. There's my box. So, great bases. You've seen one set of bases. You've seen them all. Who is this? Who's this again? Oh yeah, Ultramarines, like every other transfer sheet. Okay. We've got, ooh, a nice color pamphlet, or a brochure. It's got the assembly instructions. Very nice, very nice. And the data sheets, which may or may not be updated for 9th edition, and are probably going to be useless to me anyway. Okay, I'm going to stop thinking about that. I'm going to start positive. Think positive. Think positive. Okay, let's look for... Alright, we've got helmets. I mean, shoulders. Shoulder pads. And we've got... I don't know if you can see that guy. That is that studded shoulder plate for the guy in Corvus armor. And we've got... Is that the sergeant armor? There's some weird little detail on there. And this one has like a ribbon on it. So that's neat. That's probably for a sergeant. We've got legs. She knows how to use them. We've got arms. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a crotch guard or some piece of poster board. There's part of the missile launcher. That's the missile launcher. I guess it's an auto-loading mechanism, which is really neat. Back in, I think it was 3rd edition, when I was playing, back in the late 90s, there was like a big, chonky kind of missile launcher, and it had a bottom-fed mag, if I'm not mistaken. And the mag had all the rounds that the missile launcher was going to use. I think this is a neat concept. It's got the little autoloader and what looks like some spare missiles, which is neat. We've got a banner. We've got like a halo. We've got laurels, and we've got the Aguila, whatever. We've got like mag pouches and other pouches, because you can never have enough pouches. If you were a child of the comics in the late 90s, you know pouches are everything. Okay, so we've got more arms. We've got, oh yeah, look at that. Power fist for all your fisting needs. We've got a combat knife. We've got like a baby little bolt pistol. That looks like a flamer, maybe? I don't know what that is. Bunch of bolters. Great. Oh, that's a flamer. Maybe that's a flame pistol, and that's a flamer. This has got to be a Melta. That's a plasma. Okay, you've lost me on those. So you got some pistols. You've got some scopes up here, which is neat. Arms. Some more like tabardy things, or like loincloths or whatever. We've got like a communicator, an auspex or a voxcaster, whatever they call them in this universe. Look at that. There's a dude he's just not going to shoot anybody. It's the sergeant. He's not going to shoot anybody. He's just going to point at an orc and blow him up that way. We've got a spare mag. Wait. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's a spare mag, and if you look at the back, it's a Space Marine hand. So you could have your Space Marine like reloading his bolter, which is friggin' awesome. Okay, that's a detail that would have never happened back in my day. Neat. Oh, okay. So we've got, here we go, the beaky dudes, the Corvus armor guys. Love it, love it, love it. TAC Marines, and then like the real tough dudes right there. They don't need no stinking helmets. We've got the back of the armor. We've got what's probably a power sword, a chain sword. Um, um, are those nunchucks? Please tell me those are nunchucks. Oh, do Space Marines have power nunchucks? Oh man, that would be awesome. Okay, I don't know what those are, but I'll find out. And if they're nunchucks, I'm gonna have just a field day. Oh man, who needs a chainsaw when you've got, I mean, a chainsword when you've got power nunchucks? This looks like some grenades for when you want to reach out and touch someone, but you don't want to be around. We've got some purity seals for this extra pure dudes. We've got extra purity seals. All right, so that's the third sprue. That's done. All right, so the very last thing on my first batch of acquisitions is this Deathwatch upgrades. Basically, this is just shoulder pads and a couple of like special weapons for Deathwatch Marines. The idea for Deathwatch, they keep one shoulder pad from their home chapter, and then the other one, I think it's the left one, they replace it with a Deathwatch shoulder pad, which is neat. And so I decided to spend the extra money to get the actual shoulder pads with the kind of the detail that I can dry brush. It should be a nice effect. It's a pricey kind of a decision. Each of these is what, like $10 to $15 American, and add that to like a $40 unit of 10. And this doesn't have 10. This has, I think it's 5 plus a couple of extra things. So in order to kit out your squad, you're going to need, it almost doubles the price of your squad. But here's the thing. Neat. So let's open it up. So by the way, I got 3 of these. I'm not going to open them all here, but I got 3 of these because I've got a bunch of Marines, some of which I'll be able to use, some of which I will not be able to use. But I'll have these here for when I need them. So let's make with the cutting. These are not Games Workshop scissors. Don't know if they make them, but just saying. I am not a complete Games Workshop fanboy. Okay, and so here I'm going to see if we can show you some of the detail. So these are the shoulder pads. So some of these are going to go on like your standard Space Marines, like say Tactical or Intercessor. Some of these other ones, though, they're supposed to fit Terminators or something like that. I haven't tested it out. I don't have any Terminators, but you bet your bottom dollar that if I get Terminators, they're going to be rocking these shoulder pads. Yeah. Okay, so we've got like a special torso for our Deathwatch buddies. We've got the iconography of the Inquisition. Another one here that's probably for vehicles, but maybe you can put it on some standards or something. We have like for like a captain or a lieutenant or maybe even a sergeant, who knows. But it's a special head with like a techno mohawk, which is neat. Power sword with an Aquila on it. And we have like a comm dude helmet with a comm, like for comms. So that's it. So that's really it for this guy. It's probably the most expensive little piece of plastic you're ever going to get. Second only to printer ink. But it's totally worth it, guys. Totally worth it. For me, it's totally worth it. Because reasons. This has been Your Average Bear. Thanks for watching. And please, be nice to someone today. Oh my God.